Good afternoon. Well, good morning still. No, it's good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome. This is going to be an interesting one. I think we're going to get quite a chuckle out of this. So I'm going to give a few minutes for people to pop on. Good morning. Cheers. Cheers. I'm drinking my lemon peppermint and thieves this morning. And I decided that I had a great story to tell you guys. I came across something the other day that I thought was pretty interesting. And I wanted to share it with you because I think there's a lot of misconceptions out there, and I'm going to tell you the ugly truth. Are you ready for the truth? I don't know. It might be a bad time because, it's a Saturday morning. I meant to do this last night, but things get in the way, right? Life gets in the way. That's what happens. So, welcome, welcome. I think Facebook is still boarding me an audience. This is great. I love Facebook. Cheers. So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Vaughan. I'm a professional network marketer and an entrepreneur. Now, I know, here's a fun fact, is that 98% of you have probably already made a decision about whether you want to listen to me or not before even hearing about the information or knowing the facts. So how many of you honestly make a decision about anything in life before you know the information? Right? Isn't this an awakening moment? I heard this the other day and it was eye-opening for me. And it's so true. It's so true because too many people, we make decisions based on past experiences. We make decisions based on our pre-made up and pre-programmed ideas of certain things. So, for example, let's do an example one, because this is going to be a long one, so I'm going to have to get started. I don't know if anybody's joined in yet. Facebook hasn't highlighted it, but welcome, welcome for everybody who has. So here's an interesting thing. How long do you give marketing people who call you? I know that I pick up the phone and the first thing you hear is good morning. First thing you hear is I'm here to sell you, or I'm not. This is not a marketing call. I do love those, right? This is not a marketing call. And the first thing you do is click, put on the phone. So anybody that tries to sell you anything right off the bat over the telephone or otherwise, click, off goes the phone. Why is that? Because that is already a pre-made decision that you have that you're not interested and you don't want to be sucked into it, or maybe you just don't want to listen to people. I guess that's maybe the idea. So as you know, that I started this program off by saying that I am a professional network marketer. So I basically watched an interesting YouTube video the other day from John Oliver. And I don't know if anybody knows John Oliver, but he's quite funny. And so, first of all, I'm going to excuse the language. But just as another example, so we're going to play some of his videos, and I'm going to give you some insight as to what the things he says. Basically, he's ripping apart multi-level marketing. And part of it I agree with, and part of it I don't. So I've decided that maybe some information and facts is relevant. Now, you may not agree with this, but I think that decisions should be made on information, not on preconceived or pre-made. Oops, let me just. Sorry, my computer started. All right. So, giving you another example of how we already are pre-made up about our ideas. So, we are bombarded on a daily basis on the news or in the media, as it happens, about products that help you lose weight or quit smoking. I've seen so many of them. And yet, we still don't do it. Still, we have an obesity problem in this country, and still there's a lot of people who smoke. So, it just goes to show that information and facts are not relevant when it comes to people making a decision. Right? So I've tried to decide what is actually relevant to people. Some people's personality is that they get bought into the hype. Some people's personality is they want the facts and information. I am one of those people. I like facts and information before I make a decision. Some people are just bought in by a concept. So, but I also think that it's my civic duty to highlight some important facts. When I feel people are misinterpreting the truth. And unfortunately, a lot of what he says today in the video is what people's perception is today. And I just want to highlight maybe the different facets of it. So please stay with me on this. I think it's basically one that's interesting. So I'm going to start, and if nothing else, we get a good chuckle out of it because John Oliver is quite funny. So any company that is mentioned in here, please know that I am not trashing the companies. I am not highlighting any companies either. So I'm just showing you a video that John Oliver put up, and I think I'm allowed to do this based on my freedom of speech. But let's work with it. All right, so I'm going to start playing this. I'm going to switch the camera around, so bear with me. I've been struggling with the whole lighting today. So let's see what he says.
opportunity. I just need 30 minutes of your time to explain it, but it has the potential to transform your life. I'm talking about multi-level marketing companies, or MLMs. Companies like Mary Kay, Rodan & Fields, Nu Skin, Amway, and Herbalife. They sell different products, but generally MLMs have two main things in common. First, you don't see them on store shelves. You buy them through distributors like friends, family, and co-workers. And secondly, those distributors are always looking for more people to join them. And they have a pretty attractive message.
Why Herbalife? Because you get to be your own boss, earn extra money,
work from home, raise your own children.
you can name your own hours,
make part-time or full-time money,
paying the bills
Share this video with 10 people.
that you care about, that you love, that you adore, that you admire. 20 people, 30 people, come on,
What are you waiting for?
100 people, share with everybody. They want what we have. We got it.
Okay, hold on. I'm supposed to share that with 10 people I love, adore, and admire. That's a tough ask. Let's see. There are the judges on this season of Project Runway. That's 3. There's Tim Gunn. That's obviously 4. If you count Tim Gunn twice, that's 5. But I'm still 5 short, and I am out now. And before you brush this industry off, you should know, collectively, it did around $36 billion in retail sales last year in the US. You probably know someone who is considering joining an MLM, or who already has and is posting about it 10 times a day on Facebook or Instagram. And if you do know someone like that, or have considered signing up yourself, this story is important. Because let me explain how the system is supposed to work. Generally, distributors have two main ways to make money. Sell the product itself, whether it's makeup, vitamins, or health shakes, and earn money on those sales. And this is key, recruit other people into the company and get money based on their sales and the sales of people they recruit in turn. Just look at Vima. A few years ago, a hidden camera caught a then distributor for that company walking a prospective recruit through just how easy it can be.
Let's say you signed up 3 friends.
Okay.
Then you and I would help those 3 friends sign up their 3 friends and get their $700. Now there's 9 people there, right? And we help those 9 people sign up their 3 friends and they get $700. So everyone kind of gets their money back.
Wait, you kind of get your money back? That's as reassuring as hearing a doctor say he kind of knows where your appendix is. Oh, it's probably somewhere near the spleen. And if you are thinking, well, hold on, that business structure sounds familiar. Isn't that a pyramid scheme? Well, there was a journalist waiting outside to ask the exact same question.
It's not an illegal pyramid scheme. It's a direct selling network marketing company.
Is it shaped like a pyramid, the business structure?
It's shaped like a pyramid, yes.
But you're saying it's not an illegal pyramid
It's
scheme?
not an illegal pyramid scheme.
Oh, I get it. So it's not a pyramid, it's just pyramid-shaped. You know, like a Dorito, or an angry bird, or just a pile of bullshit. But let's put that pyramid question aside for a moment, because from the outside, these companies do have the trappings of legitimacy. Many have high-profile celebrity endorsers. Vima had noted science experts Jenny McCarthy. Advocare has esteemed ball thrower Drew Brees. And an MLM called Max International had this guy.
After more than a year of due diligence, Gina and I joined Max International as home-based distributors and media spokespersons.
Oh, to be a fly on the wall while Gina and Chuck were poring over the numbers during that year-long due diligence session. Gina with an adding machine, Chuck randomly kicking stuff. It'd be like watching Lennon and McCartney write Sgt. Pepper. Still, for many MLMs, the biggest celebrity is their founder, who can enjoy cult-like status. Just look at J.R. Ridinger, CEO of Market America. At company conferences, the guy makes quite an entrance.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Okay, fourth-string wedding chapel Elvis, calm the f*** down. And that's just his walk-on. Once he gets going, he puts on a real show, demonstrating how you can pump money, dramatising the rat race by sweatily running around in a giant wheel, and screaming at the gravestone of Joe Nobody, who never fulfilled his true potential.
Joe, come on, man. The dreams you told me about, we can actually do them now. We don't have to wait, man. It works. And I'm doing it, and I want to help you do it because it's so good. Joe, this is amazing. We can have vacations and sailboats, and we can have multiple homes, and you can give your wife the the jewelry that she deserves, man. You're going to be a hero. Come on, Joe, let's do it. Get up, Joe, get up.
All right. So that was like the first 5 minutes of the video. And I know a lot of you have heard these sales pitches before, and I myself have probably used them. I've changed though. Quite honestly, I think that they smack of desperation, and I don't like to do desperation. I think that, you do get good and bad people in every business, of course. So the fact is, when they talk about, so let's just talk about a few things that he mentioned in that video. One being celebrity endorsements. So a lot of the companies use celebrities to endorse their products. Now, I don't know. Come on now. Let's be honest. That's not exactly a fault of the company, because Diet Coke used Taylor Swift. Chanel No. 5 uses Brad Pitt. Jennifer Aniston actually promotes or endorses Smart Water. And Halle Berry endorses Revlon. And the list goes on and on and on. So I don't think that the celebrity endorsements are a critique, basically, of a company, of any network marketing company, because it's just branding. And at the end of the day, I think a lot of people use celebrities to endorse their products. So I don't think this is a bad facet of the company. Now let's talk about Market America. All right, so first of all, let's go back to Vima. Vima should not, nobody should promise you that if you enroll this, you get this. If you do this, you do that. This is not something that the companies advocate at all. Are there bad companies out there? Yes, there are. Now, I'm not saying Vima is one of them, but I'm just saying there are bad people in any business or any industry you get into that are going to promise you the world. All right, you go into a salesman or any sales profession, and you get the same thing. They're going to promise you the earth in order to get what you want. All right, you go to a job. Sometimes if a job wants you that bad, the headhunter or whatever the recruiting agency is, they're going to hype up what is possible and what you can achieve in that job in order to recruit you. That's just a fact. So I don't discount what these people do. I discount the fashion in which they do it in. I think you need to be honest with people, and I think that you need to have integrity. Market America, they talk about the CEO there, or the founder, who's shouting at a headstone. All right, so let's be honest. Sensationalism sells. We just proved that recently in an election. Sensationalism sells. That's just what it is. Now, he has in that audience approximately 30,000, if not more, people from what I can see in the background. This is such a, I would say that I don't agree with his hype at all, but the atmosphere that you get from going to these company conventions, and they happen in traditional business as well as network marketing. This is not restrictive to network marketing. I've been to, so just to let you know a little bit about my history, I was in Herbalife before. I am now no longer with Herbalife. I am with Young Living. But I went to 2 events, all right? One being in Vienna and one being in Barcelona. We filled the stadium in Barcelona. 25,000 distributors in Barcelona. Is there a lot of rah-rah? Yes. Our signature tune was simply the best. And I can honestly tell you that when you are amongst that feeling, that community of like-minded people who really want to achieve and believe, and they do believe in the products. We're going to talk more about products per se, but the atmosphere that you get from that is a sense of belonging, a sense of community. Now, there are too many people in this world who like the sense of belonging and who want to know that they actually fit in. All right, so this is why, and maybe this is what gets them in. I don't know. So we're going to go back. So this appeals to some people, but not all. Not all people like the hype. I certainly don't like his hype, and that's just my personal opinion. But he's got 30,000 people there, so it must agree to somebody. And sensationalism definitely sells. So we're going to start the video again. Let me just get to the point. Sorry, give me a second here, people. Because there's certain things and some of his language I don't appreciate, so I've kind of edited it a little bit. So we're going to go on to, and he talks about the things that people are promised, all right? So the flashy lifestyle, the cars. Oh, sorry.
Is at the heart of the MLM. Their materials feature flashy cars and luxury travel that you can achieve. And just watch a distributor from Longevity walk you through a future dream scenario in exquisite detail.
In 2 years, this is what's going to happen to you. You're going to drive to your work. You're going to walk into your boss's office. You're going to sit down, and you're going to quit your job. You're going to explain that little pyramid scheme thing that you almost got terminated for last year You're now an entrepreneur, and you're going to be doing that full time.
Whoa, back up. Did you just say pyramid scheme and then almost got terminated?
And then you're going to go out to the parking lot. You're going to get into your silver Mercedes that Longevity has paid for, and you're going to drive home. Oh, no, wait, actually, first you're going to drive to the bank.
I'm sorry. I hate to dwell on this, but you definitely said pyramid scheme back then. But I'm sorry, now we're suddenly going to the bank.
And you're going to walk into the bank, and you're going to deposit your coding bonus. And the lady's going to say, will that be checking or savings? And you're going to say, yeah, I don't really care. I get these all the time.
And then the lady's going to say, that's fantastic, but I actually need to know which account this goes into. And you're going to say, makes no difference to me. And she's going to say, but I can't deposit this unless you specify which account it's policy. And you're going to say, it's all gravy. And she's going to say, how about checking? And you're going to say, I'm loving it. And she's going to say, do I need to get security? And you're going to say, the account ending in 8424, please. Now, Longevity told us that woman's claims are not authorised by the company and are against Longevity policy, which forbids income claims. Although, that video was taken at one of their official events, and the woman, Denise Chenault, is featured with her husband on the company website with the words, Denise and Tom Chenault are Longevity. And come on, you don't let someone embody your company if you don't agree with them. If Flo turned out to run a dogfighting ring, Progressive would wipe her off their website immediately, and by the way, you know that's coming, you can see it in her eyes. There are dead dogs dancing in there. But you cannot deny the picture that she paints is enticing. Who doesn't want to tell their boss to go f*** themselves? Half my staff would do it right now if they could. But MLMs hold out the hope that if you work hard, you can take control of your life, start your own business, and help your family. But how real is the opportunity?
All right. So, honestly, yeah, I have no words to say what that woman said. I really have no words. I honestly can tell you this much. Are there companies out there that do things like this? Of course there are. It is against company policy to make income disclosures. It is against company policy to hype up and brag about what you earn or don't earn. So I would say be mindful. Be mindful about what company you join. And if this is something that attracts you, then fair dues, fair dues. But you can't say that this is going to be true of everybody. First of all, I don't believe that everybody wants that flashy car and wants that flashy lifestyle. Maybe some people just want to be happy. And this is also possible in a lot of companies. But let's compare it now to traditional businesses. Some people are attracted to a company based on the company car they may get, the travel incentives they may have, or the bonuses that they may get. This can attract you to a particular company in a traditional business. I'm not talking about network marketing now. I'm talking about traditional businesses. I know that people who are in managerial positions get attracted to a certain company based on what incentives they have on offer for them. Or maybe it's just benefits. Maybe it's benefits and medical. Maybe they have a great pension plan. So there is always something that's going to attract you to a certain company. It really depends on you as the individual. Are these things possible in various companies? Yes. Do people have to be so pompous about it? No, they do not. That woman, I certainly as a person do not buy into that nonsense. I really don't. So I'm going to carry on playing this because I think it's important. The next thing they talk about is our product claims and what product claims can do for you. All right, so I'm going to start it up again.
Well, let's take a look at just one of these companies in depth, Herbalife. You saw its pitch earlier. It was the one that you were supposed to send to 10, 20, 100 people. It sells nutritional supplements like shakes and vitamins, and it's one of the biggest MLMs around, with net sales of $4.5 billion last year. It has celebrities who talk up its benefits, from superstar athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo to pretty much the last person you're expecting to see in this piece.
Well, first of all, you have a great product. That makes all the difference.
So we got to tell everybody you're a product of the product.
Well, I am a product of the product. It has every combination of things that I like. It's a very good product, delivered by really good people.
Yes, that is Madeleine Albright talking to Herbalife CEO, claiming she's a product of the product. So forget studying at Columbia and Johns Hopkins. If you want to be like the first female Secretary of State, just chug a couple of vanilla-adjacent Nutri-Shakes a day and thank her in the morning. Oh, and about those products. In its early days, Herbalife was accused of overstating their health benefits, claiming in the 80s that one product helped relieve everything from venereal disease to tumours to bedwetting. And back then, their founder, Mark Hughes, was asked by a Senate subcommittee to answer experts who'd called his diet products into question. And this was his response.
I think if they're so expert in weight loss, why were they so fat yesterday? It seems to me, and I'm not trying to make any jokes, but I do think that they ought to use our product.
First, he seems great.
Okay, so let's address this thing. Sorry about my thumb over the thing. So product claims. So a lot of companies make various product claims. Now, I'll tell you this much. I don't, and this is what's brought multi-level marketing under serious scrutiny from various people. Herbalife here has been attacked, obviously because they got themselves on the stock market, and this has opened them up to a whole huge investigation. Now, I told you I was in Herbalife 20-odd years ago. Probably more, actually. But basically, so here's the thing. So product claims, we're not allowed to say that we basically took this and this happened. So now I was 40-pound overweight. And say, for example, I lost the 40 pound. Now, if somebody comes and asks me what I did, what do they expect me to say? I sat on the sofa and it just fell off? No, you're going to tell people what you've done. So now somehow the FDA and people like this have told us that we're not allowed to say what we have done in order to achieve a health result. I don't claim to go out there and say to people, oh, I cured cancer by this. No, you shouldn't do that, all right, because that is not valid. But, for example, if, say, for example, he discounts the value of shakes. He discounts the nutritional value in some of the supplements that people take. Okay, that's his personal opinion. There is something to be said that if you're starting a healthy lifestyle, which is what a lot of these companies advocate, right, is in that shakes are a healthy lifestyle. So now, basically, I don't know. Maybe my lifestyle was, well, it clearly was. It was very unhealthy before that. Very unhealthy. I happened to join this company. Now, I got into Herbalife in the beginning, and I will be honest with you, in order to be able to stay at home with my children and earn a part-time income. Did not think about whether I needed to lose weight or anything like that. That was not why I got into it. It gave me the opportunity, and I did look at the opportunity. When you get signed up in the company, they give you a starter pack. The starter pack has the shake in it, it has a tea, and it has some other things. And my upline said to me, just take it, as directed, and see what happens. So I did, and I dropped 40 pounds. So now, I don't know, maybe it's a placebo effect. Do I care? No, I don't. Maybe because I started taking something and I started researching and doing information seeking on the company and on a healthier lifestyle, this altered my perception of what I was doing previously was not healthy. Drinking 2 liters of Coke before lunch was not healthy. Not eating all day and only eating one meal at night was not healthy. So if we want to discount what's in various products that various companies have, I'm not saying any one company is better than the other. I don't advocate that. I think it's down to the individual. But what I am saying is that if it changes your mindset on what is healthy for you, and it helps you to get a healthier lifestyle, then why is it so bad? So that's my argument with that one. I don't like the fact that we are not allowed to say we've been put a gag order on us all that are in this business or in any multi-level marketing business. We've been put a gag order on ourselves and says we're not allowed to say what we did to feel better. But let's just go on the opposite side of it real quick. They can put a commercial on the TV that says hydroxycut can reduce your body fat. And that's okay. That's acceptable. But what the side effects of hydroxycut are, they've mentioned, and yet people still take it. I don't get that. So I don't like the fact that he discounts the validity of the products, of any products for any multi-level marketing company, because I'm not saying that they're all good, but I'm also not saying they're bad. So if somebody gets a positive result out of something that they're taking and they believe in the product wholeheartedly because of their result that they got, why is this a bad thing? So that's what I'm saying. Why is it a bad thing? So we're going to continue. I hope you're getting some info. I find it's very informational, and I like information. I think that information is important. I'm skipping a lot of this because he goes on to really degrade things like taking cocaine and stuff, and I don't advocate that at all. So let me flip the camera, and we're now going to be talking about how to move products, the discounts that the people receive.
Because they are desperate to move excess product. You see, broadly speaking, under Herbalife's system, distributors can get bonuses and massive discounts on products based on how much they buy, which can be a huge incentive to buy in bulk. For instance, let's say you're selling Herbalife's disgusting creamy chicken soup powder for $13.35 a box.
I'm just going to pause it there because this, again, is an individual opinion. I've actually had the chicken soup, and I will be honest, it tastes good. So, again, it's individual opinion. This is his opinion, and he's entitled to it.
The cheaper you can buy it from Herbalife, the more profit you could make. But to stay qualified for those higher discounts, you have to keep buying product. And it might not be easy to sell that extra soup because A, it's a little pricey, and B, we actually tried it, and it tastes like the wood shavings inside a gerbil cage. And as one former top distributor will tell you, if you are just accumulating product, that can lead to a problem common enough to have a special name.
We'd call it garage qualified. They would stack as much product as they can in their garage, and at some point they would realize that they have to quit.
So people buy product more than they can sell. It sits in a garage. What happens? There's got to be an end point here at some point.
When they run out of money, there's an end point.
Okay. So it's this issue because obviously buying in bulk. So they were saying buying in bulk and to move product. Now, let's just compare it quickly to a traditional business, and then I'm going to explain to you how I disagree. Well, I don't disagree with it. It actually is very true. This does happen, and I will explain why I know this. So, to move products, to get bigger discounts, you buy in bulk. Now, let's be honest. If you're buying from Costco, if you're buying from BJ's, if you're buying from wholesale outlets, are you not buying in bulk to get a discount? So why is this wrong in network marketing, but it's not wrong when you do it as a person who goes to a traditional company? If you're somebody who uses the product and you would like to, and you like a particular product, there should be nothing holding you, well, nothing holding against you to buy in bulk. That's just one facet of it. Secondly, if you look at a traditional business, say for example a restaurant, all right? So a restaurant will go to a restaurant warehouse to buy in bulk. They then take the food to the restaurant, they put a little bit of a profit on it, and they in turn then make whatever they have to make and sell it to the customer. So why is this any different? They still buy in bulk. In manufacturing, we do the same. Everybody adds a little bit of profit. So to make a bigger profit margin, you would run off, if you were in manufacturing, you would run off a bigger batch size so that you could make more of a profit. I don't think there's anything wrong in that. What I do think is wrong, though, so here's my argument with it. When I was in Herbalife, yes, this is the whole thing. If you get bought into the hype, now I did. I was a sucker, hook, line, and sinker. When I got into the business, if you're buying it at a retail price, which is full price, then you get discounts as you can go up. As you more you buy, the more discount you get. I was talked into the fact that the biggest profit you can make is 50%, which is a nice profit margin. And why not go 50% straight away so you get your biggest profit margin, which makes perfect sense, whether it be in network marketing or traditional business. It just makes sense. If I buy enough product and therefore I can retail it and I'm making 50% profit, why would you not do that? So what I did was I bought, and it's called 4,000 volume. So 4,000 volume equates to, buying at a 42% discount, equates to about $3,000 or $2,700. I bought $2,700 worth of stock. Now, that's not so much of a problem because I am the type of person who understands the concept that if you buy bulk, you got to sell it. You can't just let it sit there. Now, some people are bought into the hype that you just buy it and I guess, what, it makes its way out the door? No. You got to think. So this is where individual choice comes down. I don't care what anybody tells you is going to happen. I don't care if somebody tells you that they're going to help you get rid of it. You are your own boss. You have your own decisions. Nobody made you do anything. So as much as I could have been upset with my upline, she didn't force me. She didn't say, give me your credit card and just did it. I did it. But I managed to get rid of it straight away. And that kept me at 50%. 50% earning on retail products. Great. It's not a bad thing. Then I was talked into buying 10,000 volume to go up to the next rank. Now, there really wasn't any kind of incentive for that, except that The next event that was coming up was in Vienna, and I would get to be trained by Jim Rowan if I achieved that certain rank. This to me was, I guess I got bought in by the hype, so I bought 10,000 volume. 10,000 volume was about $6,500. $6,500. And it was about, I forget how many programs it was now, but it was about 3 months, like 30 people, 3 months supply, something like that. And there were a lot of people that I know that were across the line to me that got caught by the same thing. Now, again, I am the type of person, it's sitting there. It's looking at me. A credit card needs to get paid.